Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. If this is your first time, welcome. Make sure you click on that subscribe button before you find your way out, okay? Today I'm going to be talking about motherhood hacks for raising centered kids. And when I mean centered, I mean confident, balanced, not just in the church but also in the home front. Now look at this. I have been a mom since 2019, okay? Mom estimated 2019. I love it. And a big shout out to one of my mentees. She gifted me with 3 of these shirts and they're very nice, comfortable on the skin, and more importantly, the text on it. I love it, guys. If I start a merch line, will you guys buy? Let me know, because it's been something I've been thinking about. I feel like there's some words that have stuck over the years that are becoming like a part of the Team Solutions brand, and I wouldn't mind saying it. And I love comfort. I have eyes for beautiful designs, right? So let me know. However, in the interim, before I start my own, if I will start my own, I'm going to put her business page here. Thank you, Toby. God bless you. So today, like I said, we're talking motherhood. First off, shout out to every mom working it, doing the thing, breaking generational curses, okay? Going above and beyond, trying gentle parenting, even though we haven't gotten 100% hack of it. We are trying, we are aware, we're conscious. A big shout out to you. Thank you to you and to me. One thing I do know is I see a lot of millennial moms, or like moms in their 40s, 30s, new moms, so to speak, raising. There's hope. Let me say it. There's hope for the next generation, boy mom, girl moms. I feel like we're doing well, way better than the way we were brought up, and I love it. I'm here for it. Anyway, so in today's video, I'm going to be saying some of the things that is applicable in my household that we have used or we are using to teach our kids and instill in them confidence. We even see it in they started to talk more, just being centered kids. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. First things first, respect. You must have heard respect is reciprocal, guys. Respect is reciprocal. If you don't give respect, don't expect it. Maybe that child will respect you now because they are not aware, but you can't give insults and demeaning comments to your children and expect that you guys will not be automatic friends in the future. So it's a seed that you're sowing that you will reap. Really, they might respect you now just because they have to, or grudgingly, but it's toxic. Let me put it that way. And I would break this down. So the first thing I'm going to say about respect is say please and thank you. Like, it's really that simple. Is there something in my teeth? Say please and thank you. How do you want a child to receive a Christmas present and say thank you if when they bring you water or bring you wipes, you just take it and move on? Leadership by example. Say please to your children. See them as their own person. Yes, they're these little human beings, but see them as their own person and respect them for that. Say your please, say your thank you. They bring you something, say thank you, because kids learn more by what they see you do. Do as I see, not do as I am told. That is very volatile. That they will forget. But do as I see, it sticks better. And that's it. Like, if you want these people, yes, they are people, really, little people. If you want these kids to be centered and well-rounded and balanced, it's not like, they're just doing it for show. What's that in kiss asses and stuff? You show them what you want them to be. Right? So respect your children, apologize when you're wrong. African moms and dads left the group chat. The way they apologize is your food is ready. No, use your I am sorries. And I know that this can be a tricky one because where then do I draw the line to make sure that they are disciplined? Yes, discipline them, or even times that you act out of order yourself, because let's face it, even with all this gentle parenting, sometimes we're too aggressive or we project our own mood on these kids. Like, they're not really at fault. All they're asking for is, can I just watch 1 more hour of TV? But because you were so overstimulated and tired, based on you, maybe you stayed up late working, or you stayed up late even faffing and watching movies, sometimes you not shout at them, I said go to your room. Most times discipline is very glaring. Oh yes, they did something wrong, let them be corrected for it, even though there are ways to go around that one too. But when it comes to the fact that you actually offended them, you were out of line as a parent, you did something by projecting your own mood on your child, or maybe you overreacted, and it is only right that you actually apologize. Bend down to their level, look into their eyes and say, I'm sorry, mommy should not have done that. I know it can be hard, especially if you're from the part of the world I am from. But honestly, they feel like, oh, I am a person and I am seen, and these things increases their self-confidence and their all-round centeredness, if that's a word. And on that topic too, I'm going to say, stop shouting at these kids. Like, as a person, if somebody keeps shouting and insulting and talking down on you, it's just a matter of time. You're going to be demoralized, you're going to lose all your morals, the voice in your head will stick. And that's one thing you will not find us doing in this household. No matter how tired we are, we try as much as possible to, talk to our children in a tone that is not like very harsh. And when we do it, refer to point one, apologize. But even on like the normal thing, yes, there will be times like I said that, oh, maybe this is happening or that, but what I want to challenge you with is even be aware of these things and even start. I'm not going to promise you that you'll be perfect tomorrow or even this year, but progress over perfection, and you're going to start to water seeds of respect and self-respect in these kids. I think I said two different things, respect and self-respect, but you guys get what I mean. You're going to start to like make them more centered and confident, as you take steps in being better for them, literally. So that's on respect. Okay, put some respect on it. Put some respect on those kids. Next thing I'll say is pay attention. Kids love attention, and when I say kids, I'm talking even from newborn phase okay, to no matter how old you are. Even me, I still want my mother to give me attention. But let's even talk about like kids, no matter the age, even if you have teenagers. But I feel like this is even more for those formative years before the teenage, because that's when you now start to reap. Oh, you just notice, oh, this one just slams her door, she's not talking to me. But when they were younger, were you actually paying attention and listening? I feel like with toddlers, they are ever in your face. Mommy, look at me. Mommy, look at me. Daddy, see me. Oh, look, I can do this. I feel like it is actually very important to fuel and water that desire they have of you at this stage. Those are the things that would now grow to become, oh, this is my person. They also want to bond with you when that time comes, when they are teenagers and they have mood swings and they don't want to talk to anybody. They can say, okay, mom, every night now, my daughter, mommy, come and sleep with me. So I'll take her to her room, I'll pat. I'll go back to my husband that married me, balance. But at least I'm not totally ignoring her and slamming the door to say, my friend, sleep in your room and things like that. So pay attention is as good as listening to them. Let them talk. Oh, you want to talk? Let them talk. And don't say, oh, you talk too much. There's so many undoings that needs to be undone. Don't tell your child, oh, you talk too much. Yes, there are many ways to say, can we go first? Okay, let's take turn. Now it's your brother's turn. There's so many ways than just to look at them and say, oh, you talk too much. Imagine if that voice is their purpose, where their purpose will be born. And you as a parent, you're already burning it. Hey, look at what I did there. But you guys get the picture. Let them express themselves. Like my daughter, she has taught me patience, and that's the thing, to let them teach you. As you're watering your children to be better people and centered people, you are also learning. Because what motherhood has taught me, I cannot tell it all. Like so much of patience, of like self-discipline, holding back my tongue, my hand, holding back this hand. Like many times I'll do like this. My husband actually be like, what's in my tongue? If you don't understand Yoruba, God bless you. But that means that in my mind, I've finished beating you. But we're just trying to do better. We balance, and with brain and with the help of God, but all of these things, I have seen how it has resulted, and it is giving results in my household, and I'm just here to share it with moms and parents alike. So yes, pay attention, listen. And on the topic of paying attention is also, I feel like you need to understand your child at the level they are in. So every time my daughter is talking to me, even though she's so vocal and verbal, I don't look at her as she's my mate. She should understand. I actually still try to acknowledge that it's a 3-year-old brain that's in her head, so that way that some things she's doing, you can give excuses and not overreact as an adult, so that you accredit whatever she's doing to her age and her level. That way it's easy to so it's like paying attention to them in terms of in line with the level they are in. I'm sure that makes sense. I'm very sure it makes sense. Let me know in the comments. Does that make sense? It does. And then spend quality time. Like, what is attention without quality time? Just this morning, my husband was like, how come your son is not crying? Because my son is so clingy to me. And I said, it's because I'm here with him on the floor. Like, if I sit down on the floor, even with my 3-year-old daughter as well, my son is 1, even my 3-year-old daughter, if I just sit down on the floor with them, they feel my presence almost throughout the room. Like, they run and come back to me, compared to if I was like cooking in the kitchen and just overseeing them. Yes, those things will be done, don't get me wrong, but I also take my time to sit with them. Not like I'm on the couch and they are there. My son will always run to me, but if I'm there with him on the floor, then he just has this, confidence that, oh, mama is here. So on the note of paying attention is also spend quality time. Children crave this quality time, and that's why when you see teenagers who are like turning bad and turning to drugs and boys and alcohol or whatever, it's because there is a void that they have carried for so long, that wasn't filled by the presence of any parent, and then they're trying to look for it in places that they should not. So this is the time we need to feel it and be there and spend the time with them. It's also a seed we are sowing to reap in the future. Amen. Oh, I feel like I'm preaching good. Oof. So next thing is teach by example. This is a pretty easy thing, and I think I've touched on it, but you can't say stop hitting, stop eating. Mom, you're hitting me, bruh. Does that even make sense? Like, who taught our forefathers how to teach like this? Stop hitting your brother, but you are hitting me. Like, why? You say, put your plate in the kitchen, but when mommy is done eating, I won't play. Like, there's some things that, to be honest, between my husband and I, we even do for just to lead by example. If our kids were not there, maybe we'll even let our guard down, but just to let her or let our brother see that. My brother is too young, quite frankly. So mostly my daughter, who is 3, let her see that this is how it has to be done. We do it even if it's not convenient in that time. And that's what I'm talking about. Just lead by example. You say, oh, stop shouting. Stop shouting. Stop shouting. I'm sorry if that was too loud, but bruh, you're literally shouting. So she's trying to overshout, and you are trying to overshout, and that child is trying to overshout, and it just turns to a mess. And then you as a parent has to get up and then spank them. And what you do when you spank them is not to correct them. It doesn't mean they will not shout next time. It just means that you spanked me and I'm reacting to pain now. The message did not stick in my head. There are better ways to say, oh, you're shouting, I see you're shouting, but can we try to use our gentle voice now? Let's do shh, and then let's shout, let's do shh, and then let's shout, okay, let's do shh, more shh. And then at that time, the atmosphere has changed. She's quiet. You didn't have to. Oh dear, Africans, a lot of unlearning to do. But I really thank God for resources and things that I've gotten exposed to over this few years. That's really helping me in this motherhood journey. Cause boy, nobody paying me, I'm paying myself, okay? But anyway, and that's on teaching by example. I just wanted to buttress that point because I just mentioned it briefly earlier. Next thing I'm going to say is teach self-love. Yes, from a young age. So I had done a video talking about self-love and all of that for in your big age for adults. Go watch it if you haven't. I think it was like last week or 2 weeks ago. However, start to teach these kids self-love from when they are very little. And this is so important. If you follow me on Instagram, you see how I'd said that somebody actually asked my daughter, why is your tummy so big? And she said, because I eat well. Period. Like, you cannot come and tell me, because nobody has ever body shamed that like that in a house. What goes in your tummy is food. That's why it's big. Like, use your brain. And I like that kind of comeback even at that young age. And for me, I see self-love as like a major thing for kids. Unfortunately, we have adults that are dealing with body dysmorphia, Oh dear, let's not go into it. But actually, let's go into it, because if we know how deep it is, then we can, really do better as parents. So what are the things that I do? Compliment beyond looks. There's so many. Oh, you look so beautiful, you look so beautiful. Don't get me wrong, I say that to my daughter every day, sometimes 20 times a day, and I'm here for it. However, I also compliment other things. For instance, oh, you were so smart, you were so kind, oh, you little sweet thing. Nothing, I don't say thing. That was out of fashion. Like, you're so sweet, my darling, you're a princess. Like, things like that, so that it's not just balance. She's also not just seeing herself as just a pretty face. Let that child know that he or she is more than a pretty face. You're kind. Oh, that's so kind of you, thank you for doing that. That is a very generous thing to do. Oh, you shared, good job sharing. Things like that. They are balanced all around when it comes to loving themselves, because all these things, they add to how they see themselves, as a human being. So compliment that other parts of them apart from their looks. Then also compliment their looks when they are unkept. So what I mean is, when my daughter's hair is undone, when she wakes up in the morning with the dirty teeth, I say, oh, you're so beautiful, my darling. 12 for mama, like, your black hair is beautiful. I'm actually going to see if I get a clip. The way she says that thing, it just gives me joy. Both of us have locks, so I try a lot to really encourage this, like, oh, know that your hair is beautiful. We live in Canada. I know that she will be exposed to many other people, hair texture, long hair, short hair. I need her to really know that the crown on her head is priceless. It is gorgeous, right? Which is why, guys, don't tell anybody, but your girl might have said goodbye to wigs. I'm done, okay? There's no way I want to teach my daughter that her hair is beautiful, and then I will have her turn around and ask me, Mommy, are you wearing a wig? Is that a wig? Why am I wearing a wig? What will I explain to her? Plus, I love my locks, okay? This is a comfortable thing for me, but I digress. Anyway, and I just feel like I just made you all my accountability partners, because I still have one or two that I kept, and I'm like, just in case. But I feel like putting it out here, game over. Game really over. Anyway, so compliment them beyond their looks. Was that what I was saying? No, compliment them even when they don't look good, so that they're also not attaching how good they look to when they have makeup on, and when they are like all fresh and clean. Even in their stinky state, they're good, they're beautiful. Also, teach them affirmations. I can stay on this self-love, I can stay on it for so long. Teach them affirmations. If you're new here, my daughter has like 5 or 6 points of affirmations that I've been teaching her since she was like 1. She's now started to teach her brother. So instead of you're beautiful, she says you're handsome, and I love it. Sorry, we are both now teaching our brother his own small. He's the only one, like I said, but I know that by the time he's 2.5, he also needs to be vocalizing his own, okay? Because no gender stereotypes here. Everybody deserves to be affirmed. That's it. That's how we roll. That's how we do it here. Anyway, so also teach them to take care of themselves. So one way I know I do that is I tell my daughter to be gentle with herself. So if she's playing rough, I say, no, be gentle with yourself. You actually deserve gentleness, because I also want to raise that baby, especially soft life. Please, no strong black woman, soft black woman. You hear me? And that's what breaking generational curses for. I feel like if I go into that, it's a whole video on its own. She's gonna be hardworking, disciplined, but soft. Okay? Yeah, I said it. This video is interesting to me. But anyway, yes, I also teach her to be gentle with herself. Now I'm going to expand a lot on that body dysmorphic disorder. I hope I'm pronouncing it well. There's a lot of adults who don't love their own body. There's a lot of adults who are going around and don't even know what body autonomy is. In our house, we use the words for vagina, for penis. We tell ourselves we deserve privacy in the bathroom. We say nobody touches your penis or your vagina, only to clean it up. And if anybody plays with it, you tell mommy and you tell daddy. Story. My husband was, a lot of you guys can relate, because this man, I don't know, he was playing with his wife's bum. Okay, let me just put it that way. And my daughter was like, why are you playing with mommy's bum? Nobody plays with mommy's bum. And like I said, like, oh, we even had to pretend in that moment. We had to actually, because she's probably too young to now understand that, oh no, just daddy and mommy can do this. I mean, she sees us kissing, right? But in that moment, what we did was, I said, daddy, no, stop it. And that's how we managed it. And fun fact, she actually now came and wanted to do the same thing, and I frowned at it immediately and told her that no, this is my private part. Nobody does that. You don't do that. Obviously, when she grows up, she'll start to understand it, but I can't encourage that is okay. If somebody else does it to her, she might feel like that is okay, and then she might not tell me. So as she grows, obviously there will be balance. Nobody touches my private part. She can't be singing that every day. But right now I need you to sing it, shout no, just the knowledge, trying to instill it. And that's why they call these years formative years, right? So that body autonomy, knowing that my body is first for me. Consent, we teach consent. I said it one time that if my friend comes around, if she goes to anybody, grandpas, grandmas, I tell them, please ask before you wash her vagina. If we're in situations where anybody has to shower for her apart from us in the few times, like, please ask her. I always say it, I'm not afraid. Like, when God made you a mother, the boldness you need to be a mother, trust me, he gave it to you. You probably are sleeping on it if you haven't started doing this, because what will people say? Oh, my own is too much. No, but that child is suffering. One time I was beating myself up so badly, and let me share with you guys. I was beating myself up because I'd gone out with my daughter. She was like one then, someone's birthday, and then one elderly woman was eating something, and then she just gave it to her to eat. I honestly felt so bad. I didn't want to make it an issue that the woman would now say, so my mouth is smelling or what. And it was just like crackers or something. I wasn't sure my daughter would even eat it, right? So my daughter took it, and then she ate it. Guys, I got home, I told my husband. I was so pained. I was so angry with myself. Like, in that moment, I don't know where her mouth has been, honestly. And she's not like she's even my mom or whatever. A complete stranger. Actually, a stranger would not even do that. But it was someone who, in the moment we got to the party, was the mom of the celebrant. Let me put it that way. Mom, grandmother of the celebrant. So she had familiarized herself with my daughter. We're neighbors in my building when we're in Nigeria and things like that. So I didn't want the woman to feel bad. I beat myself up, and honestly I feel like that event also increased my own boldness. Like, please, I don't care who you are, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Oh no, she's not hungry right now, thank you. Obviously there are bold ways to say it. There are courteous ways to say it, but since that day, I ain't gonna keep quiet, okay? I'm that mom. I'm just going to wrap that point up by saying that there's so many mental illnesses that have contributed to body image, body autonomy, and we need to do better as parents. So make sure that you're teaching your children all of these things. When is the best time to teach them? Like I said, different lessons for different seasons. But I feel like once they're 1.5, 2, it's a good time to start to just plant those seeds strategically into them. There's no, I don't want you to go and be saying vagina outside. Oh, a girl knows her vagina. She does, so that if you play with it, she knows who to tell. It's not our portion. Let's not even go there, because yeah, amen. Last thing I'm going to say is validate their feelings. These little ones have feelings. Like, they come to you even in that little stage. Mommy, I'm so sad. My daughter, Mommy, I'm so sad. When she's crying, she say, Daddy, don't say that. Don't. So Terry, if you're watching this video, yes, I'm making fun of you, but validate it. Oh, I see you. I'm sorry you feel that way. Give hugs. Oh my goodness, my daughter can use I want a hug to get out of any situation. I just always tell her, no problem. Mommy's here for a hug. Mommy's here for a hug. No problem. If I'm making her hair, retightening her locks by myself, if I'm retightening her hair and it's paining her, she don't do, Mommy, I want a hug. I want a hug. I always validate her feelings, not to say, oh no, please, first one. And I remember, thank you, this speech. You see that thing? That situation, I don't know which point I was supposed to say this, but I forgot. So let me save it for the last. And they'll say, oh, go and wear your shoe. I want to go out with you. Go and wear your shoe. If I'm one of my friends, if she's watching this, she'll know. She did it for my daughter. My daughter was crying that she wanted to follow her. She now said, okay, go bring your shoes. And then she wanted to run. I said, no, we don't do that here. We'll tell her that auntie is going. I will come later. Let her cry the cry. But she's not feeling like it's okay to lie. She's not feeling hurt. She's not feeling like, I'm disappointed because this auntie, and somebody might be like, oh, it's not that deep. Trust me, it's that deep. That's why we have so many adult baggages walking around. We have so many people that are suffering and still like in deep hole from all these little seeds that were sown from their childhood, right? So yeah, I just wanted to say that because I still saw some reels on Instagram talking about, like, I tell my child to go and bring your shoe, I must do it back. That's some breaking generational curses. Let's cut it right there, okay? But with that, I've come to the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Let me know other motherhood related videos you would like to see from me. I genuinely like talking about it. As God is helping me, I want to make sure that I'm reaching my word and like speaking on things that are very important to, you know, raising centered generation for our kids. All right, guys, subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Whenever your heart is broken, don't ever forget you're golden. I will find the light in your soul.